Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Now Alexis Sky, baby mother of Fetty Wap, has a mental breakdown after being dragged all over social media for allegedly not spending time with her daughter upon her release from the neonatal unit. Now, even after giving birth, and while her daughter remained in intensive care due to the fact she was born premature, with that comes along complications, of course, because she's a preemie. Fetty Wap's other baby mother, one of his other baby mothers, Miss Masika Kalysha, was slandering her all over the internet, claiming that the 23-year-old reality star was that of a neglectful mother. In fact, in one of her posts, she wrote some pretty degrading things about her. She alleged that she was heavily on pills, that she never bothered to bond with her daughter in the hospital, and she was just dragging her to the floor. And nonetheless, she painted the starlet as just an all the way around bad mother. And that's pretty much the bottom line here. So now, shortly after this post, Alexis Sky brushed it off and clapped back at Masika, but the damage was already done. Twitter had Alexis Sky trending, and the slew of people that were writing about her was depicting her as a neglectful, uncaring mother, and it got so bad to the point that the curvaceous reality star posted this online. Since all people want to do is clout chase off my name, lie, talk about me all day, talk about how I'm a bad mom, lie about me, y'all really want me dead and gone? So maybe that needs to happen. And then she continued with, why am I here? Now, I got these screenshots from petblog.com. Just want to give the young lady a shout out for doing so well on her YouTube channel and also on her site. And I also would like to let her know that I am a huge fan of her site, okay? And today, I'm even a bigger fan of Petty Blog, and that's due to the fact that the voice behind the successful YouTube channel and website took the time to send positivity and light towards Alexis Sky. Kudos to the site, okay, for recognizing the warning signs when suicidal thoughts takes over a human being, okay, because that's not something not to toy with over here. It's a serious problem that one should take notice of when another person is giving obvious warning signs that what they're dealing with is becoming somewhat of a burden to them. She is clearly dealing with cyberbullying here, and that by all means is not cool at all. Just because she's a celebrity does not mean that people are entitled, okay, to bombard her with hateful and degrading that of negative energy and comments towards her way. Now, I'm not a doctor nor a psychiatrist, but in my opinion, Alexis Sky is suffering from postpartum depression. She's a beautiful young girl who apparently had an extreme social life, appeared free-spirited, and from what I've read in various websites, was and is a very independent young lady. And after a couple of years dating with Fetty Wap, on and off, during one of their splits, he hooked up briefly with Love and Hip Hop star Masika Kalysha and ultimately knocked her up. And that put an end to Alexis and Fetty Wap's little romance for the time being. Masika's pregnancy and birth was now part of the storyline for the ratings' sake of Love and Hip Hop, and for the following seasons coming up. And lo and behold, for ratings' sakes, of course, they cleverly cast Alexis Sky, which that did not suit well at all with Masika. Alexis Sky does adequately well for the whole show, nonetheless for herself, and while enjoying the spotlight and newfound fame or whatnot, she hooks up with Fetty once again and eventually gets pregnant from the rapper, becoming his sixth baby mom. I'm not too sure how many baby mothers he got. Some website claim it's 4, some claim that it's 6, but we already know that Selena Powell's a little liar. So she gives birth to her daughter 3 months early, and she names her Aliyah Grace. So Aliyah Grace, she weighs 1 pound at this point, was born 3-4 months early. Had to stay in the ICU, of course, nearly 3 to 4 months. Comes home and it's hard. It's apparent that Miss Sky was not prepared for motherhood. She's young, she's sociable, she's used to utter freedom and to go and come as she pleases. And this happens to a lot of first-time mothers. regardless of their age. Now, imagine having postpartum depression, right? And you're in the spotlight. And imagine doctors informing you that your child is going to remain in the hospital for quite some time, nearing your actual due date because the baby is nonetheless not prepared for the outside world. And you're a first-time mom and a young woman that is adopted to being a free-spirited, out and about lifestyle. Yup, that don't have you with postpartum depression. Motherhood slaps you in the face. And it's not about you anymore. Now your life has to center around this child that you chose to bring into this world yourself. And it's obvious that she's coping with her depression by keeping her schedule pretty hectic from what it seems. Hence why she's not pertaining to her motherly duties. The fact alone that the baby was in intensive care unit surrounded around the clock by doctors and nurses, it gave her the notion that the baby was all right in the hospital. How is she being neglectful? Now, this is in her state of mind, okay? She's wondering, why is everybody calling me a bad mother if my child is surrounded by doctors and nurses, not by strangers? It is strangers. You know, you're supposed to nurture your child while, the baby's being taken care of medically. So she continues on back to her lifestyle, and then the baby comes home. And now it's mommy and daughter. No nurses, no doctors. Now it's her. It's her and her baby alone, and it's her full responsibility. And I could just imagine how the reality of motherhood began to sink into her head. I want to point something out here, okay? This is not uncommon at all for first-time mothers. So, of course, social media takes note of this because, unfortunately for her, she's a celebrity, and all eyes are on her. Where's the baby? What kind of mother are you? This, of course, now takes a dark turn on her already fragile state of mind, if you will. Now she feels worthless, she's riddled with guilt, she's embarrassed, she's ashamed, and now she's suicidal. And people have to take a look at that, okay? She's suffering from postpartum depression, and I do feel that people need to back off a little bit, okay? And give her some space and time to grow as a mom. It's going to take her some time. Do you guys remember when Brooke Shields kept it a big secret that she had postpartum depression? Okay? It took her a while to seek help for her PPD. That's, short for postpartum depression. Okay? Because lo and behold, if the press would have caught wind of this, it was going to be all over the headlines, and she wasn't having that. And I'm assuming that Alexis Sky doesn't want to go through that either. Oh, I have postpartum depression. She doesn't want that all over the headlines. But you know what? It takes a lot of strength and a lot of courage to admit that you have an issue, but you want to work on it. So I myself, as well as PetTblog.com, is sending a lot of positivity and light towards Alexis Sky and her daughter. I know that she's gonna reel through this, and I hope that people would stop belittling her online, even Masika Kalysha. Give her a little break, you know what I'm saying? And let her grow and nurture as a mom and as a woman in whole. Now let me know what you guys think on the comment section below, and love and light, Julie G.